So Kevin Hart said this, he said, J. Cole said it best, if you're laughing at a millionaire, the joke's on you. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. But are we laughing?
Give me your wig, give me your wig, give me your wig, cause it seems like you are through with it.
Some housekeeping stuff, make sure you go to patreon.com/AdrianExpression. Just put up a new podcast episode entitled Coonish Behavior. So that was fun. It was great. The patrons asked really cool shit, gave me really interesting things to talk about. I'm sure you can guess some of the topics based off of the title. So check it out and let me know what you think. Also on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, if I'm posting this on Tuesday, hopefully. On Wednesday, I will be speaking at this online event for Sister Love, and they are a nonprofit here in Atlanta. Let me read you their mission statement that I pulled. Their mission is to eradicate the adverse impact of HIV, sexual and reproductive health rights, and justice challenges impacting women and their families through education, prevention, support, research, and human rights advocacy in the United States and around the world. I want to read you this as well. When Sister Love Inc. was launched, our mission was focused on providing preventative education and outreach to women of color in the metropolitan Atlanta area. What we learned along the way from women infected with HIV and those struggling to make life-affirming choices prompted us in later years to expand our mission and meet the needs of transgender and gender variant individuals and lesbian, bisexual, gay, and queer identified youth, women, and men. So they're doing a lot, and they reached out and they wanted me to speak for their event along with Alex. So I cannot wait to do it. It'll be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Make sure you follow Sister Love Inc. on Instagram so that you will not miss it. So excited. All right, I'm not a meteorologist, but can someone please tell me if tropical storms have always been going this far north? Like, it's just, I mean, apparently this is the second one of the entire season, and they said we're probably gonna have a really active season. Would not surprise me. I just want someone to let me know, like, have they always been going up there? I know, like, last year we had a couple, or one that kind of dragged the shit. I don't know, last year or the year before that kind of dragged the shit out of New York or something like that. Can't remember specifically, but it's just kind of really weird that this shit's happening. Not really looking forward to that shit, especially since, like, I got so much family in Florida. Hate to see it. And it's already starting. Hate it. Speaking of storms, look at this shit. So apparently Willow and Avril Lavigne are working on, like, something for Willow's, like, upcoming project or some shit. Like, they're working on an upcoming music video. I don't know how this happened, but I need to see more of it, and I'm glad that it did. Can you imagine the amount of slayage in that music video? And, like, is it just her? I mean, obviously what it's implying to me is that she has a whole ass song with her, right? Like, Willow has a whole ass song with Avril Lavigne. I don't know, but I really love this. I love to see Willow carving out her own lane, and I love to see the fact that she has the respect of, you know, people like that in the music industry. But I think also their styles and their music and also their aesthetic is just going to look so fucking cool in the music video. I cannot wait to see, like, whatever it is. Like, I just did not expect to wake up and see them shits on my fucking timeline. Like, these pictures are so cool, and it's just like nostalgia meets new age kind of thing to me. Like, that's how it feels to me. So I can't wait to see it. I think Willow's doing her goddamn thing. It's just cool. It's just cool. Let the kids rule. Let the girls slay. So I wanted to talk about this when she posted it, but I completely forgot. So Mama Tina, Beyonce mama, posted she posted this shit. She posted the I Am World Tour. You remember when Beyonce was doing all them fucking spins and shit in the air? Mama Tina said, Lord, this tour was very stressful. I prayed throughout this segment every night and aged 10 years on this tour as my fearless child flipped 20 times, hundreds of feet in the air. I was like, can't you just spin around on stage? Do you have to be so extra? And I'm just like, Miss Tina, do you know you birthed? Her middle name is Giselle, but it's also extra. Like, I don't know what Miss Mama's expected, but I can't, just because of Miss Tina's personality, I'm imagining her look at Beyonce spin in the air. and her freaking out. It's just so hilarious to me. Or like just imagining her, you know, understanding for the first time that Beyonce was actually going to do this shit. Like imagining Miss Tina hearing that shit in rehearsal. So yeah, I'm gonna be strung up in the air. And Miss Tina's like, I don't know. I just thought that shit was funny. Just real quick. And speaking of funny, someone who is not funny to me, which I feel like y'all already know, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, I guess they did this whole feature, like interview thing on him with the Times or something like that. And a part of it that grabbed a lot of people's attention on social media was him talking about the negativity that he receives, like his critics and cancel culture and all of that. Of course, so, you know, and of course, I mean, it's just crazy though, because during this part, and I'm gonna read some of it to you, during like some of what Kevin Hart says, he makes it a point to remind everyone that he's making money from this shit, making more money than you bitches could ever dream of type shit. So it's like, you know, even while he's talking about, oh, cancel culture this, cancel culture that, you're literally proving us right about saying that cancel culture doesn't exist because you're still making shitloads of fucking money and selling out arenas and shit. So it's just like, it's crazy for him to, I just can't imagine, I said this over and over before, but I cannot imagine being that rich and being this concerned about what people say on fucking Twitter and this, or on social media in general. Okay, so just to give you a glimpse into Kevin Hart's personality, this is coming from the article that they did the feature on, and this is like how he treated a critic. Okay, so listen to this. Then there's a story of the critic who wrote a scathing review of one of his films and received from Kevin Hart a cardboard cutout of the comedian plus an $8,000 bottle of wine. And then this is what Kevin Hart had to say about that situation. This guy always wrote something bad, and he has to realize these movies make hundreds of millions. There may be a following attached to stuff I do, but the bigger that you get, the more people poke at you. I don't know why. The road to success is amazing. Then you get out there and opinions about you grow. So that's what he had to say. And that's not even like what I really truly wanted to talk about anyway, but I just wanted to make a pit stop here is that if you are that pressed where you sending out $8,000 bottles of wine to prove a fucking point, I mean, I just cannot imagine being that pressed no matter how much coin that I have, like, or don't have. I cannot imagine being pressed enough to sell $8,000, to send an $8,000 bottle of wine to a critic. Like, oh my God, I would imagine getting that shit. I would sell that shit immediately and pay my rent like a couple times. Like, I'd be like, girl, are you serious? And it's just like things like that. Like when you do shit like that, I feel like it shows all your cards. Like, girl, you're obviously pressed. Like you're making so much coin and you still make time to do shit, to do goofy shit like that. That shit is crazy. Like you gifted someone $8,000 for talking shit about you. Like you really thought you won. Like you really thought you was flexing. Okay, this is the part where they talk about like the whole cancel culture and critics and shit. So listen to this. In 2018, Kevin Hart was announced as the host of the Oscars, blah, 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 but there was backlash because of his homophobic tweets. And his stand-up material. We can go into some of the shit that he said. Being a heterosexual male, this is what he said in 2010. Being a heterosexual male, if I can prevent my son from being gay, I will. Then he joked about knocking his gay ass son to the ground, hypothetical gay son to the ground. He was asked to apologize and he said he already did, and they were just like, girl, we ain't see. but the article said, even if said apology proved difficult to unearth. So, but this is the key quote. He said, this is what he said about the situation. I mean, I personally don't give a shit about it. I guess he's talking about cancel culture. If somebody has done something truly damaging, then absolutely a consequence should be attached. But when you just talk about nonsense, and he just like, I guess he just dismissed it. And then he went into this whole tangent about when did we get to a point where life was supposed to be perfect, where people were supposed to operate perfectly all the time. I don't understand, blah, 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 blah. But the important thing is that he said, if somebody has done something truly damaging, then absolutely a consequence should be attached. So what that means is that he thinks that his words that he spreads on his big ass platforms, especially the homophobic shit, is not damaging at all, or it's not truly damaging. And that is the center of why I think he's fucking corny. I mean, obviously, beyond the fact that his jokes remind me of some idiot, corny motherfucker I used to avoid in middle school, aside from that, it's just that's at the center of why I think he's fucking corny, is that even when there were other comedians saying, hey bitch, if you want to show your skill as a comedian, you have to evolve with the times. Just evolve with the fucking times. You know, Cat Williams would say, there were so many comedians who say that shit. And it's like, obviously, if we're always learning, we're always growing, and society is always moving, like, there's going to be shit that doesn't age well. Just accept the shit. But he just continues to just be like, girl, that shit ain't that big of a deal. And if it's not that big of a deal, okay then. I don't understand why people can't just shut the fuck up and tell your same old lame ass, tired ass, ugly ass, stupid ass jokes that don't make me laugh. Like, just continue to tell them. And you can do it, and you are doing it, and you're still making money. You're making a shit ton of money. I don't understand why he continues to talk. You can make the same jokes. You're going to get a reaction. I mean, that's what comedy is. And you're going to make some coin. You're going to continue to make the millions and millions of dollars that you are making right now. So what is the issue? What's the problem? The problem is that the words are stinging your ass. Even as rich as you are, the words are stinging your ass. And all you had to do was just act like you have some goddamn sense, or sit down for a second and put your fragile ass, shattered ass ego down for just 1 second and listen to somebody and try to internalize some shit. If the words are stinging your ass that bad, and it seems like they are, because bitch, $8,000 bottle of wine. But like I said, I could not be that rich and be depressed. Like, that's crazy as fuck to me. Every time I think about how, and I know I say this so many times, but every time I think about how niggas are so pressed at racism, and as soon as another minority group within that group brings up, hey bitch, like this shit is really ugly and stupid, like tired. It's giving me middle school, it's tired. You know, as soon as another marginalized group says that shit, they act like they have no idea how to understand the shit. It's just like, and that to me, you being purposefully fucking stupid. And like I said, you don't have to listen to us. You don't have to even pay attention to us. You're rich as fuck. What's the problem? Just ignore everybody and keep making your money. It's corny. It's corny. So speaking of corny, it seems like celebrity Twitter is giving very much Stan Twitter right now, because I mean, first Chrissy Teigen released this long ass blog post about how, you know, she just regrets a lot of the shit that she done said, and you know, she was insecure, she was going through a lot and blah blah blah. What did she say? She was just like, I'm in this like much deserved global cancellation or something. I was just like, okay, you know, like I feel very okay about Chrissy. Like, that's how I feel about her. Ain't nobody mad, ain't nobody, you know, angry. I'm just like, okay. All right, and I'm sure another blog post gonna come. It's just like, what is she famous for? Like, that's what I feel like right now. It's just, okay, Chrissy is talking. You care? Okay, yeah. But then we got more stories. Apparently, Michael Costello or whatever, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I guess he's like in fashion or something. He made this long post talking about, oh, well, girl, you know, I have also been victim of, you know, Chrissy Teigen's words and bullying and shit. What she did make me want to end my own life. And she really, what is it? After she saw doctored images of what she thought was my account being racist, she made sure to make it extremely difficult for me to work in this industry, in my industry, and it just nearly killed my career. So he was up here saying all this shit, but then Leona Lewis was like, Miss Mamas, you may want to keep, she didn't say it like this, obviously, but then Leona Lewis, she was just like, Miss Mamas, you may want to keep that shit quiet, because she revealed that Michael Costello or whatever the fuck was supposed to like dress her to walk in some charity fashion event or something like that, but when she came to the event, he refused to alter her dress or something, and she had to sit the event out instead of walking it. She had to literally sit in the audience because this guy wouldn't do her dress. So she was just like, while you over here talking about Chrissy, like, you might want to get that shit together. All around the mess, John Legend was trending today because people were just like, if Chrissy's that mean, what the hell does that mean that John Legend is? I mean, they were having a field day. They were talking about all of me must not be about, you know, the song they wrote, all of me must not be about Chrissy. They singled out the lyric, what do I do with your smart mouth or something like that. And they were like, it was a total, complete meltdown of social media. It was just like it's so many things happening at once, and the source of it is just Chrissy's corny ass, if you were just wondering why all those people were trending. And yeah, I just feel very, what's next? Y'all mouth ain't dry talking about the same thing. That's how I feel about it. But yeah, on that note, I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making it. I love you all so much. Make sure that you do not hesitate to check out patreon.com/AdrianExpression. I love you all so much, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.
Baby, make me swear I got no respect. I forget what your name is, but just come give me that wet, give me that. I need that.